Officially on the field. So with this attack, he actually currently has four new skills. Tekro can go ahead and bring up us the current skills for Magneto.
Well, there are some issues, but
sure, we're gonna go ahead and jump.
Tell you.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. So he has four new skills, starting with his second skill. Actually, the second skill. There it is. We're now everyone.
So
can
all
see.
the red words, those are the new skills, everyone.
That's right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the first skill, which is gravity control. Again, nothing necessarily new with this skill. So the next skill, however, the next few skills are the newly added skills with this uniform, starting with the Mystic Field Emission. So he actually binds enemies together with the metal and does energy damage.
Oh wow!
Try that skill one more time.
I thought that was it.
Then this skill actually causes paralysis. Third skill up on the list is the Metal Crusher. So here actually summons several pillars.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Sure, go ahead.
I do have an update about the in-stream rewards. They're dropping randomly, so you're going to need to refresh and keep watching. Refresh only one time. So if you see the purple box on top of the chat box, you are going to receive the stream drops. All right? Make sense? Refresh only once. If you see the purple box on top of the chat box, you will receive the stream drops. All right, I think we got it.
Yeah, we'll occasionally remind players over time.
Yes, so let's get back into Magneto.
Okay, start with Magneto. So we're going to go back. Metal Crusher, the skill we left off on. So again, he uses his metal abilities to manipulate metal to bring its steel beams up from the ground.
Yes.
And then crushes them together to cause paralysis. Fourth skill is the Missile Deflect. This is one of my personal favorites. Missiles come in from the sky, repels them up, and then as they rain down on the enemy, does that. Take a look at that one more time.
I mean, that's classic Magneto. It's also very scary.
Well, again, when missiles come at you from the sky, they stop, thrown up in the air, and then come straight down. It's a power move, as they say.
Yeah.
Fifth skill.
It's a flex.
It's a metal flex. No, that doesn't exist. I apologize for that bad joke. Next is the Metallic Mayhem. See some metal up from the sky, turns into a giant ball, and then it explodes into metal metallic debris. Take a look at that skill one more time.
Whoa.
Metal's up, ball comes down.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, you know what? That's the flex.
And that is Magneto.
Very good.
Next uniform on the list is actually going to be for Wolverine.
Cool. So he has a very classic look about him, doesn't he?
He does. This is his classic uniform.
The old brown and gold. Oh, I like that his skill buttons match too.
Mm-hmm. So Wolverine's all set to go.
Yeah.
You can see basic attack. So Wolverine has only three new skills that have been added for this uniform. Starting with the Dive Dash. Dive Dash actually has a stun item stat mixed into it. Take a look at that one more time.
Okay.
Jumps in the air and then slashes down. One more time because we can. Next new skill that has been added is referred to as the Feral Instinct.
Ooh. Whoa. Oh, I like that uppercut he threw.
Mm-hmm. Where he just comes in and slashes the enemies. Let's go ahead and let's get more enemies that are crowded together in a group.
Love that Wolverine uppercut.
And the fifth skill on the list is referred to as Eviscerate. Take a look at it. That's a lot of scratches.
There's a lot. It just doesn't end. It's like the feral cat of moves.
So the developers actually had a special note. I'm going to reset it for a brief moment. So the developers actually left a special note regarding this character, and it's that his third and fifth newly added skill can actually be canceled at any time and when they're canceled, the skill, or at least the final hit from that skill, can still be carried on. So it's a great way to chain moves in.
Okay.
So that's it. We're going to use their recommended skill rotation.
Let's do it.
All right, starting with Eviscerate with the fifth skill.
It's so long. It just goes and goes.
Yeah, well, the fourth skill and the third skill.
Oh, nice.
And then the first skill.
I love it when it's aerial.
Mm-hmm. And because the third and fifth skill continue to move, you can actually cancel out link moves together because the fifth and third skill will still keep on going. And that does it for Wolverine.
All right, so are we going to look at Nimrod?
Here we are.
Okay.
So Nimrod. So Nimrod is actually not a new character. He's actually is a Sentinel who was given the new uniform for Nimrod. So what can you tell us about Nimrod?
Well, Nimrod is a Sentinel.
He's
a Sentinel from the future. He is very powerful. If you thought a Sentinel was powerful, this one is more powerful. He is an antagonist of the mutants in House of X. And in case you're wondering about this costume, this uniform, it's very close to how he looks in the comics.
Yeah, the team were certainly proud when they brought him into the game as well.
Yes.
So let's take a look how he activates, how he works. So I personally I just like the way he's a big guy, but just the amount of speed he has when he's running around.
For how huge he is?
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. So basic attack, again, he's an energy-based character. Universal. Boom. Okay. To open up, we're going to check out his first skill. This skill is referred to as the defense cutter. You see, he just comes in, slashes the enemy with some energetic blast, which actually causes some stun.
Nice.
Next is the second skill. It's referred to as the target neutralizer, which is kind of a buff because it actually increases your overall attack and speed. Third skill on the list is referred to as the Sentinel Shield.
Whoa.
So this is actually a defensive attack that also serves as a buff. So for a brief moment, it actually grants you damage immunity. Take a look at it again.
This is good when you're getting overwhelmed.
Also increases based on the attack that you're given. So nothing's happening now because currently no one is attacking. But we're just going to go ahead and continue speeding through it. So we're going to start next with the natural order. Jumps in the air, creates a giant beam. Take a look at that again.
It's not very natural, to be honest.
Cancel down to one more time. There's a giant beam from the sky. Anybody caught in range, definitely going to be hit.
Yeah. Dunking on them.
Yep, decreases the enemy's defense. This is his fifth skill, which is one of his more powerful ones. This is the complete extinction. So what happens with this skill, you can see that two more Sentinels actually showed up. And these Sentinels actually mimic the same attacks your character currently is already using.
That's cool. And they are staying around.
Yeah, they're there for quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and do that skill one more time. Take a look.
All right.
Sentinels come in.
So this is really upping up how powerful he is.
Yes, mutants beware, especially when Nimrod is involved.
And that's why he's a danger to the mutants.
That's right. So that's Nimrod that does it for the uniforms. Oh wait,
does
but
it?
there is
though?
There is one more
does
uniform.
it? There's one more that we haven't seen yet.
So for those of you who are fans of Jean, which we know many players are, we have a new uniform for Jean, and that is for Marvel Girl.
That's right. So this is a classic look for Jean Grey.
That's right.
You know, Wolverine got his. Jean should get hers.
All right, so she has actually 4 skills that have been added to the list. Some skills are new, and some skills have actually been improved.
All right.
The tech roads is going to go ahead and give us just get us the skill rotations.
There we are. So the red ones are the new ones.
That's right. So the first new skill is the Psionic Sphere. You can see she causes just sphere to appear in the air, and once they latch onto the enemy, they actually explode, doing burn damage and also mind damage.
I mean, it's Jean.
It's Jean, so it only fair. It makes sense. The second skill isn't necessarily new. This is mind distortion. Time freezes the enemies. The third skill, which is new, is the Ionic Tornado, which he comes in the air and hits enemies with a tornado made out of psionic energy.
Were you going to say psychotic energy?
I was going to say psychotic.
It's
energy.
psionic.
Say that one more time.
Psionic.
Psionic. Okay, we're have to. Well,
Yes.
New word we're going to have to learn.
We're going to dub my voice over you.
We'll do that in the recap video.
Sounds good. Sounds normal.
Yep. Next, fourth skill is the Psionic Wave. That wasn't Psionic Wave. This is the Psionic Wave, which he dashes behind the enemy. So what's cool about this attack is actually it does implement manual control. So when she dashes the enemy, you can move about. See, this is all me.
That is a wave. So
Yes,
you're moving her around like that in the radius. Nice.
Yeah, take a look at that attack one more time, which actually binds and actually causes paralysis.
Yeah, Jean.
Next is the fifth skill, which is the Phoenix Awakening. Also, again, this skill isn't necessarily new. However, it does do mind damage. Also, an important thing to know about this character is that Jean's actually a universal character as opposed to a blast character with this outfit.
Interesting.
Right. And
I think some people have picked that up.
yes, and her T3, there isn't necessarily new with her T3, but let's go ahead and see how it looks with her new uniform.
That's right. You didn't expect this version of Jean to do this.
They just roast all her enemies that's currently on the field, and